Episode 3! Cue the intro. Welcome to episode 3 of Dyson Sphere Program. Excuse me. I've just finished a bottle of Coke. Shall I cut that out? Nah. I've been arsing about with the graphic equalizer on the rageometer as well, and I think I might have... Yeah, it's a bit too high. When I'm talking, it's like getting right to the top. It's clipping. It's no good. Still, it'll do for this video. I'll tweak it again. Right, let's get on with it. What did we say we were going to do last time? We said stuff. Yeah, what I said was I was going to tidy it up a little bit. So, yeah, the design has changed from the last episode. So, yeah, essentially what I've done is I have tidied it up. I've added some more miners, made more smelters. So, just generally speaking, the production is higher. Not generally, it actually is higher. We can fly, which we started that tech off in the previous video. So, just a quick walking through. We have our copper mining. So, copper mining, we've got 3 miners coming out there now. So, they're all feeding onto this main line. So, really only one of these is going to be running at any one time for quite some time. It's only when production gets really high that these are going to need to start sort of filling in. So they're almost like yet another buffer of stuff. And it's the same story with the iron ore. We've got 3 of them all feeding, and this one's the primary one, and these ones will back it up if this one can't keep up, which again is going to be a while. So we are producing... I'm going to land because I'm just going to use all my fuel. So yeah, we got our iron ingots and our magnets all being produced, same as before, just a slightly different design. We follow that around, and that all comes down to here, where our copper ingots are being produced, and then they kind of all those items join together where they're being made into circuit boards and magnetic coils. So again, same as last time. It's just a little bit tidier. I think it is anyway. So yeah, so our magnetic coils and our circuit boards are coming around here. As you can see, I have built these up as far as they can go for the current technology level. So we're getting those energy matrices. We're building up a lovely stock. Now, as mentioned last time, at the moment a lot of the buffers are full, so some of this stuff isn't working. I mean, obviously we've got all these miners, they're not doing anything. These things are doing something. I still think the magnets maybe could do with going up. Mind you, once this backs up here, once that fills up, which it has, then the magnets coming here will also back up. So yeah, not too fussed about that. No, it'll be fine for a while. We've got a backup 1,200 of these in here, let alone what's on the conveyor belt and in here. So yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. This will work for now. I haven't done anything with this. This is the mining, coal mining. That's exactly the same. It doesn't really need changing, to be honest. But even when we've got not a lot running at all, we are at a power load of around 150%. When there's more happening, when these are running, when we're doing research, it was knocking around 170, 180%. So clearly, power is our next issue to solve. And it'll be quite, I mean, compared to wind power, if we go into research, what we want is thermal power. A Okay, this gives us the thermal power plant, and it gives us so much more power than wind turbines, and it's cheap. So because we're lacking a bit of power, it's going to take longer to research than it normally would, but we'll get it going. And as you can see, I mean, we're getting power issues, but this won't take long at all. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I should have some more miners. I did a little bit of, you know, a very little bit of crafting. So, yeah. So in readiness, so I'm going to say so many times. How many can we get? 7. Come on, can we get 8? Yeah, I'll stick with 7. So that's going to be fine. Right, so we've got our tech. Does it give us one? We get to a point where in the tech it won't give you any, but it helps you get started by giving you some. Now ideally what we want to do is, like I say, this continent doesn't have a great deal of room on it, but once we get foundation, it will give us a bit more room. So I'm going to park this one there. I just want to have a look to see if I can build any more as well. I probably can't because I've been tidying up my inventory, so I may well have to go and get some more, but let's just have a look. I only need a few magnetic coils. Okay. Ooh, laggy. How did you go so high? Right, so yeah, we'll grab a whole bundle of them. That'll keep us going for ages. And we'll get crafting. Ooh. Right, I'm going to craft 3 of them. And that should sort our power out for quite a while. So, I'm going to feed a conveyor, if I haven't ballsed this up, right down here. Now, it's one of those few occasions where I think, min-max thing, which, as I've said before, I hate doing min-maxing, but I'm fairly sure that one of these can cater for 4 of these. We need some more of those, so the old sorters. Do we have... Yep, so we've got these. So pop one there. Pop one there. So when we've got foundation, then I can pop one there as well, but no biggie. Pop one there. I don't like that facing a different way. I don't know. Fussy? Maybe. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Works pretty much the same as any other part of the game. We just feed these bad boys coal, and if we have a look at our power at the moment, Tesla Tower, let's have a look here. Yeah, I mean, we're currently 180, 170, 180. It's fluctuating. You know, it's ridiculous, and it will slow down your entire production process, so you need to fix it. And this is, you know, frankly, the easiest way to do it. Get out of the way, robot. Thermal power, yet another achievement. Look, bang, 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 bang. We're starting to get blue things. For those of you who care about achievements, congratulations on your achievements. Right. Bang that in there. Bang that in there. Bang that in there. Right, so these will all get up and running. If this isn't enough, like I say, I'm pretty sure one of these will cater to 4 of these. So when we pop a couple more in, all we got to do is whack another miner in and feed it onto this line. No problems. Easy. Easy peasy pudding and pie. Right, I just want to say a little something about the robot. It's not so bad when you're flying. This robot is a complete flump nipple. I want to walk over there. Don't understand how to get there. The AI on this thing sucks balls. So you've really got to steer him around. You know, when you're flying, it doesn't really matter, but it's still stupid. Look, I want to go over there. Might figure it out eventually. But I've had him stuck behind trees, and it's like I've lost him. Some of the trees are yellow. I know you can change his colours, but really can't be bothered with all that. Anyway, and the other thing I wanted to talk about quickly before we get on to stuff is how the world is mapped out. And this is more for those who are a bit OCD about making things look nice. I'm a bit weird. I like things spaced out. I like things to look nice sometimes. It's like with the beginnings up here, it was a right mess, just got going, and I've tidied it up a bit. I still wouldn't say it looks like a fab design, but you know, there are better designs out there. There are people who play these factory kind of games who clearly work in logistics and you know, probably designed Amazon's warehouse logistics system, but yeah, not me. So but anyway, I digress. What we have is a spherical world that when you go into build mode, it's split into squares. Now, this doesn't work. I may cut this until I find what I'm looking for. Ah, there we go. Look, up here. See here? Alright, going to build mode. Let's say I want to put conveyors down here on a lovely, lovely straight line. Oh, now I can't, because I've got to go that way or that way. And as well as looking horrible, it doesn't help when you're placing buildings down. It can really get in the way. So there's a general rule of thumb to build your supply lines horizontally in relation to the poles of the planet than vertically. And if we head on up to the pole, you'll see that this just gets more pronounced. And of course we've got a great big bucket of water, but you can see this is the pole. Right in the middle of that puddle is the North Pole, which is really annoying because at some point this is going to need a lot of foundation, and I like to put like a big research area there, which is kind of a semi-permanent or permanent. No, it's a permanent fixture. So yeah, so you got to just bear that in mind, that perhaps the best places to build are more around the equator. So I know in a previous episode I had mentioned, I mean there's only been 3 episodes, so I think I'd mentioned putting them all down here near the South Pole because of these. I I'm not going to do that. They're really, on this map, is not a fantastic place to put them all. It's this map is a little more watery than a lot I've played, but right now I'm thinking this area that's just on the night side of it is probably about the biggest landmass we've got, but of course it's nowhere near any resources, so I'm going to have to bring the resources to it using many conveyor belts. See this thicker line? That is the equator. And you'll also see, perhaps more important, well, I say more importantly, but that equator, if you build either side of that equator, you know you've got a lot of space without that weird kind of square squiggle squishing. Square squiggle. Try saying that fast 48 times. And you'll also see these meridian lines, and these go from pole to pole in a straight line. So that's, again, that's something else to bear in mind. And obviously it's a big loop, so there's one big loop round that way, and then obviously there's another one going kind of that way. There's one that way and one that way. So essentially from the equator you've got 4 routes to go in a straight line. Why does that even vaguely and slightly matter? Well, it doesn't unless you're planning something. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom out a bit. I just want to make sure I'm on the correct landmass that I wanted to be on. Everywhere's naff. Everywhere is naff. The mall. The mall. The mall. The mall. The mall. I can't build one of those. Right, essentially the mall. The mall. The mall. Oh, I can't build any of them. I sent another edit. Oh geez, that was such a bloody long way away as well. Let's just mark it. I need to craft quite a number of assemblers. So I need gear. Basically, I need a lot of iron ingots, and we should be storing those. We should have a good supply of those in our storage. Can get stuck. So we'll pop in there, grab a couple of them, and we'll pop over to our copper ingot. I'm going to grab a couple of them as well, not particularly for this, but we will need them. And we needed microchips, so grab a load of those as well. Right, so we are going to craft 6 of those. We're going to want storage bins. I'm going to do 6 of those as well. I've got quite a lot of them, but I am going to need a lot more. We'll probably want some more of those as well, and just to get us going, over in that area, just some wind turbines. So some of that. This is just a little taster of how the mall is going to work, except the mall is going to be with buildings. So, right, and I said I was going to make some of those. I'm going to make 10 of those. Is there anything else I'm going to need over there? No. How about Tesla towers? Yeah, Tesla towers. I'm going to make 10 of them. Right, I got a hell of a lot of stuff going on now. Just going to double check. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. Let's top up our fuel. And head on back. Really, really slowly. Und there we are. Okay. As before, I'm gonna clear an area. Waste not, want not. And these little knick-knacky bits as well. That'll do. Oh, I've got a random plant over there as well. And I'm going to get rid of that now that I've got my mark. So, as I was saying a little earlier, I want it kind of nice and central, and what we've got here is the first part of our maul. And we're going to have, like I say, this this particular maul design is by a guy called Falk. I am going to have to make some foundation to get rid of that. That's the only thing. So yeah, we're going to have to research foundation, which is actually a couple away, and it is expensive as well. Environment modifications 400, but it is blue and we are producing blue, but we also need steel smelting, which is 120. So I'm just going to queue those up, so we can make those, and we should be plenty good enough for power now as well. So this should be just strumming along at max pace, 180 hash. Yeah, 180. What the hell is hash anyway? But that's how it measures. Research. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, the maul. Oh, there's steel smelting. Yeah, the basic way this works, yeah, I mean, it is pretty basic, but it's going to make life so much easier. Is we're going to have 3 main conveyors coming in here, and it's going to be magnetic coils, circuits, gears, iron, ingots, glass and stone. Now, we're producing these things already. We're not producing glass and stone, but we will do soon enough. So for now, I'm just going to put like a wind farm up here just to provide our power for now. Notice how I'm not giving a monkeys about the trees I'm losing now, but that will get us going. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to get them all kind of together. Now, watch me build this bridge, and please comment if there is an easier way of doing this. I would love to know what it is, because the design calls for bridge building, and this thing is a pain in the arse. Yeah, the way the design works is that it wants the floor level like here. And as far as I can see, you can't do that without doing all this faff, which I'm about to show you. And because I'm a prat, I'm not going to change the design to suit this. I'm just going to keep doing this. And it's tedious. Not going to lie. I'm sure there must be an easier way to do it. So now it will let me go down there, and that's what I want. The problem is this mall needs a lot of those. Which is, yeah, good, isn't it? So yeah, so anyway, there's that. And oh, excuse me. And we're going to park storage here, and we're feeding in, and this is just going to be one, and this here is going to make itself. It is going to make assemblers, and it's going to produce them, it's going to pop them in there, and once it's full, we'll have a permanent supply of assemblers that we don't have to assemble ourselves. So much easier. But what we have to do, obviously, is get all the stuff we need into these conveyor belts. And to start with, we don't really, we just want the assemblers and the belts and the sorters. That's what's making our life easiest at the moment. So I'm just going to accommodate the design with that in mind. Yeah, Tesla tower in there, and we'll just feed these a bit further. I was actually hoping to get them all up and running, but in with actual stuff happening. But I think there's so much infrastructure now I need to build to get all those things in there. Given that the like the current production is all happening on the other side of the planet, that is a lot of conveyor. So yeah, we're not going to do it that way. And again, I'll probably deal with that offline, because it's just building stuff that we've already built a load of before anyway. What's going on there? Nothing that's going to help me, that's what. And one of these weird bridges. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Delete a bit, put a bit back on again. That's that. And this should be the last bit. Bosh, bosh, bang. And that, and that. And, oh no, wrong way. That, 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 that. Okay, so this one is gonna create our belts. This one is going to create sorters and belts. I believe it's 200. We're going to need a lot of these, so I'm going to put it at like half capacity. That's going to be a lot. Actually, we didn't need to foundation that. That's handy. I didn't need to do foundation research after all. Oh well, no biggie, you've got to do it sooner or later. So that's kind of the infrastructure of its setup. Sorters, I'm just going to leave at 1 because you get 200. You obviously need more conveyor belts than sorters. So yeah, you can see how the general design works. Stuff comes in, these things pick it up, bung it in here. Every time you need a load, you come, you go in here, you pick it up, off you trot. Lovely. And that's kind of early mid-game, you know, how it all goes. By the time this mall is finished, it will kind of stretch out right across here. At the moment we're on like assemblers, sorters and belts level 1. I think they go up to like level 3, and so these storage boxes will feed more assemblers to make the level 2 ones. They'll feed the level 3 ones, so this part will stretch down here with more supply lines for more advanced tech. But like I say, this is the basic one. Well, geez, we're on 37 minutes. So just quickly, what I'm going to do for now, because literally we seem to have achieved absolutely nothing in this episode. I'm just going to get these researches out of the way, these early researches, because I mean, fluid storage encapsulation we're not going to need for ages. I'll explain about that when we do need it, but I'll queue it up. High efficiency plasma control we don't need for a little while, so I'm going to grab that and I'll explain that when we need it. The electromagnetic drive, that's going to be probably the first one we use for one of the upgrade techs, so I'm going to queue that up. Steel smelting, we've got smelting purification, we're going to want that mainly initially for energetic graphite. Anything with silicon is on this planet a pain in the ass, but energetic graphite is like coal, only way better. So we'll queue that up, and this is all blue, this is all stuff we can do. We're not going to need semiconductor material for a while. I'm going to leave that one. Okay, and plasma extract refining, we will need that in the not too distant, so I'm going to get that one going. And again, I'll you know, show you about those. Now we can go straight to faster logistics as well, and we get the splitter, which can come in handy, but these improved sorters are so much quicker than the other ones, so I'm going to queue that up. We can get that. We've got that. Crystal smelting, that's where we start getting into the red cubes, which we're not producing any of yet. Solar collection, that again not really worth it until you're getting plenty of silicon, and you're not going to get that on this planet. Proliferators I like to get for red cubes. I'll explain those later, but I'm not gonna get, am I? No, I'm not, because I haven't. I'm not doing. Yeah. We're not going to need that for a while. We need red anyway. We're not going to need that for a while. We're not going to need that for a while. We've got plenty going on now. So yeah. So I'm going to leave the tech there. I'm just going to have a look at upgrades to see if there's any we can kind of do without too much work. No, we're not doing steel. We're not doing those just yet. We can do that. We can unlock a construction zone. I'm not going to worry about the blueprint thing. Can't do that one. But we can unlock the construction drone flight speed, which will just make things a bit quicker. So we have queued up absolutely buckets and buckets of stuff. That's good. We've got the power for it to keep going at full speed. So what I'm going to do, because we've already done a lot of the stuff that I need to do to get everything to those assembly units, so I'm going to set up more little clusters of like ingot manufacturing, circuit boards, magnetic coils. You don't need to see all that again, and I'll just show you the overview of it when we come back for the next episode. But yeah, essentially it's building clusters of stuff that we've already built, and as you can see, 1,700. So we've got, you know, plenty of cubes to do all of that research. Our power, we're barely using over half, thanks to the coal, the thermal power generation there. So yeah, so kind of didn't achieve that much today. It was a bit more explaining about the world. But next episode, yeah, I'll do what I've literally just said I'm going to do, and just do that offline. It's just going to be a case of building a lot of conveyor belts across the planet, and little clusters of manufacturing. And I'll go into all of these researches that we're doing as and when they're needed, which, you know, will be over the course of the next few episodes. Right. Oh, this has been a long one. Excuse me. We'll see how long it is when it goes to the edit. I always try and make them about, you know, half an hour. Anyways, my usual sign off, which is, I've forgotten. Oh, latest chip dippers. No, that's retro recipes. Latest potatoes. No!